StartupJuncture at the next web conference with Pep Rosenfeld of Boom Chicago. Pep is the creative director of Boom Chicago, and as an artist, artists have always a different take on things, everything. And we were wondering what Pep would think about the startup terms like startup and unicorns and those kind of things. So, Bob, thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure. I don't know about this artist thing. I feel like I'm a comedian. Okay. Artists wear black and are unhappy about everything. That's not me.
Okay. So, Bob, what does Boom Chicago do, and is Boom Chicago still a startup, or is it? What's a startup in your opinion?
Well, I mean, Boom Chicago is a comedy theater here in Amsterdam, and we have been around for 20 years. We certainly started as a startup. I mean, it was really just a couple of us literally working in the back of someone else's bar. At this point, we're big enough to not be a startup, but I like to think we still have that sort of innovative DNA. But we're actually spinning off a company from Boom Chicago, which is called Boom Chicago Creative. That's the startup. Okay. And now we're kind of using what we know about comedy to sort of help other companies create and deliver messages. So we're a startup and a not startup. But what does startup mean to me?
What's a startup?
I mean, typically startup means we're broke and we want your money. That's what a startup usually means.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And the other thing, there's right now there's a bubble, so there's a lot of money flowing into startups. What's in your opinion a bubble or a tech bubble?
Well, I mean, for us a bubble means two things. Like, I mean, we all know what a tech bubble is. The tech bubble is too much champagne, cocaine, and excitement about medium ideas that have dots in the name. That's what a bubble really is. At Boom Chicago, we know that a bubble is potentially great news, because when companies are shaky and worried, well, that's when they need to look at the lighter side of things. That's where Boom Chicago comes in. When you're scared, we're there to make you laugh.
Okay. And a unicorn, which is really, really maybe the biggest buzzword around?
Well, now, full disclosure, a unicorn I know now. A unicorn is a startup valued at $1 billion, because he told me that before.
Or more, yeah.
Or more. Before I didn't know what a unicorn is. It seems, but you told me everybody is super excited. Like, everybody's got to be a unicorn now.
You have to be a unicorn.
Yeah, if you're not a unicorn, you're just a goddamn horse, and then what good are you? So to me, a unicorn is the startup that can afford the Coke I was talking about earlier.
Okay. And disruptive? What's in your opinion being disruptive, or disruptive innovation, or?
Well, I mean, we all know disruptive innovation started as, a company like an Uber or an Airbnb, that really changes the way we do things. Or a Tinder, changed the way that we don't get laid enough. But at this point, I feel like disruptive is that thing everybody wants to be. The word might as well be tall, because everybody wants to be taller and everybody wants to be more disruptive.
And you're quite tall, by the way.
I like to think I disrupt as well, too.
Disruptive, unicorn, bubble, and a founder. What's in your opinion a founder or a good founder?
I'm assuming, I could be wrong here, I assume a founder is a founder, the one who founds the company.
Yeah.
Right? That's the easiest term so far.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. A founder is a founder, and
usually a good founder?
A good founder is, a founder that gives away free bagels and cookies at work. No, the cocaine's a bad founder. That's a bad founder.
That's bad founder. And a good VC?
A good VC, I mean...
VC stands for venture capital.
Come on, man, don't insult me. You didn't have to explain that one to me beforehand. No, I thought VC meant Viet Cong, and I'm still reliving the Vietnam War, so... No,
that's really sad.
I think the difference between a good VC and a bad VC is a good VC is the one who's giving the money to you. And a bad VC is the VC that refuses to give you enough money.
Okay, so that's a good VC.
I'll tell you what, if there's a VC out there that wants to invest money in my startup, you're a good VC, and I'd love to see you and be your unicorn.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Pep, thank you for being with us.
No problem, thank you. You leave me hanging? Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah, sorry.